Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Angela here again today. Time for another little Christmas journal video. How are you guys doing? Hope you're well. Has winter set in, or autumn where you are? Is it getting colder? Or how's spring? Well, I am jealous. I am jealous of the southern hemisphere when they have spring and I don't. Right guys, we're going to do a lovely little project in our journal signatures today. I have made one for you to show you up front, and we're going to make another one for the other signature together. Right, so this is the second signature, and I have gone before the middle. No, sorry, not before the middle. After the middle here. Where these little children are, I have put together on this cream page a little notebook. Now I've done something very similar before. I've made a slight tweak on this one, well, two slight tweaks. I haven't used an envelope for one, and I just think that these are so handy at Christmas time. Now, I am a list person and a great planner. So, at Christmas time, notebooks are required, especially for things like food that I'm planning for Christmas time, Christmas get-togethers, Christmas Day. Also, presents, gifts, cards, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so that's what I've done. So we have our little notebook here. I've used one of those cute little reindeers from the adornment bundle, and some of my fussy cuts and lace here, and sentiments from the add-on and ephemera kits. I've used it tucks into this altered book page, which is one of my altered book pages. So that's there, and I've just added a bit of ribbon and a cardinal on there, and I really love how that works. I didn't do too much else because it is covered. Now what I've done different here is I've just used paper, so it is already covered like that. And the other thing I've done is I've made a sequin spot. So when you want to make a list of special gifts that you don't want that person to see, like your other half, or family members that might live with you or whatever, or if I've got a little card that I've tucked into the base there that you could write your secret notes or details on, or ideas, that goes into the base here. It also helps to strengthen the base as a place to write. So it just tucks into that spot there nicely, makes this nice and robust now, so when you want to make your notes you can do so. I've just decorated the top one, and that's what I've done there. All right, so that, just lift that up, you tuck it into the tuck spot pocket there, and there we go. All right, so that's what we're going to make. I'm going to put this one to the side. We'll just move that up over there, and I'll show you what we're going to do for the other one. All right, so what I did first of all, I took some tea stained paper, coffee stained paper, any plain paper that you have. Doesn't have to be this, but something you can write on, so writing paper. Even lined book paper would work if you're able to tea dye it, or if you don't want to tea dye it, even these cream pages that I use, like this, that works as well. So look at what you have. I took 4 sheets, all right, and I cut those I folded those 4 sheets into quarters, and then I cut them up, all right, and that's what I've done here. So you have 8 pieces of paper on this. I have stitched across mine just because I was stitching, but you can just put a little bead of glue across each top and just join them together. All right, so that's what I've done to make the little notepad section. All right, so that's the first bit. Then to make the base, I am going to use this piece of background paper. All right, so that's what we're going to use. I'm using the other side of that altered book page. I've used half in there, and this is the other. And then I've just made a little card. I'll give you the dimensions as we go. That was from the tree paper. So I've got the rest of it over here. I cut it out of this. So I had 2 of them, there and there. So that's what I've done. Okay, I've just put it onto card. You could put it onto cereal box, and you know, that would even work as well, and put something else on the underside if you wanted to. The thicker the better for this. It's just like a baseboard to enable you to take out the notepad and write on it without it bending. So that's it. I've just decorated these with well, this one has like the lantern and the message, and the other one it's in here. This one has the candles and that sentiment there. All right, so that's what we've got. So I'll just put that one back in there. Really easy to remove and use. I mean, you don't have to be making lists. You could just write whatever you want on there, really. Okay, so that's those. I've taken a little bit of ribbon, like the red over there. I've taken this one that said Happy Christmas with a sentiment. I've got some green cotton, or like a vintagey sage lace piece. I've taken one of the gold reindeers to put on the top. And then I've got 3 little fussy cuts. I've got this one with the woven basket, this one with the lovely warm blankets, and this one with the lovely cappuccino with all that lovely whipped cream, which looks amazing. I do love cream. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. I'm going to put these to the side there, and we are going to make a start. All right, so what I did to make the base part now was really easy. I think this is 4 inches. It's 4 inches across this way, mine is. Yours might be slightly wider if you're using a US letter size. It doesn't really matter. All I want you to do is when you make the base, I'm going this way, not lengthways, widthwise, is put the notebook onto your piece of paper, and you really just want 1/8 of an inch either side of that. All right, I'm just going to move it a little bit down, so just a little bit, and I'm going to go with there. I'm just using my pencil, so mine is 4 1/4. Yours might be slightly more. Okay, just have a look and see. Then at that point, I just want to, I'm going to fold it the other way, but I'm just getting the mark. I'm going to use the whole width of the page like that. All right, let's get the bone folder out, and then I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to use my ruler, and I'm putting it right up against the edge of where the fold meets the paper there. So really easy. This way we don't have to cover anything. You can draw and use your scissors. So we've got this bit like this. Now what I want to do is put this back on here. Now if you've got a US page, you might need to trim a little bit off the top. I want to turn this over. So you will have a bit of a gap there. What I did was I just turned it over. Let me see how far I did that. I think it was 1.5 inches, if I'm honest. Okay, I've got it there. I'll tell you what I did. Yeah, 1.5 inches from the top. But I think with a US size, just gauge it with your paper. All right. So I'm going to draw a little indent 1.5 inches from the top. Guys, my page is 8 1/4 inches wide, not like the US, which is 8.5. So you might just need to trim off 1/4 of an inch to do this. Right. Just score across there like that, nice and firm, so I can see where it needs to go. All right, so there we have that. Now you can go and stitch. What I did was I stitched right around. You don't have to do that. I'm not going to on this occasion. I did without one. It's neither here nor there. All right. Now I'm taking my glue stick, and where I've drawn that score line, that top 1.5 inches, I'm just putting some glue stick on there. Just put a little bead of glue along the edge here. Like that. We can go all the way. Right, and then I'm going to turn that over. Just match the edge and all the glue stick that we put on at the top there like that. Okay, all good. While we're waiting for that to sort of set, I'm going to just use my Distress ink and go around the edges. I'm going to have to do it on this side now because I fold the flap down and I just realized that. Oh my goodness. How are you all doing? Dropped my mum off yesterday. I took a very long train ride. 2 3/4 hours to Heathrow to drop my mum off. I hand her over to my wonderful aunt, and she's now accompanying her. Well, they would have just arrived, I think. It was through the night and 3 aeroplanes later. But there we go. Right, all of that is joined over, and I'm hoping this is going to behave itself. So I'm going to now fold this in one of the directions. So we'll try this way, like that. It's just on the score line, so 1.5 inches down. You do get a little bit of this bunching, and that's just because you're trying to fold the paper, and it's sort of, you know, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Use that bone folder and just score it flat. Okay, so now what we have is we've got our pocket over here. I'm leaving that before and you've got that bit over there. Right, now you've stuck all your papers together. I think I've got 8 of them. I'm going to just use the glue in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue. This is Fabri-Tac. Get that all over the top. And then what I'm going to do is decide which side you want to put it on. I'm going to put some glue over this piece as well. All right, not too far down here. Right, now start at the bottom like that. Gauge the edges and then just stick that down, and you can still move it about with Fabri-Tac until you're happy where it is. Okay, and then press that down, and when you're finished, press that on the top. Now luckily I have 2 little clips here like that, and we can just go like that. Oh, I've got a pencil mark over there. Right, so really easily done. Right, just going to get the eraser out and get rid of that. There we go. All right, so let's make a little start on putting it all together. Now I'm going to put that in later when this is nice and dry. Okay, so these 2 are not for quite yet. Right, so I'm going to stick that at the top there. Yeah, I'm going to stick this at the top there, and this little one over here. One of the 2, maybe I should put that one up there. It's slightly shorter. And I'll put this one down here. I've said, may your heart be merry and bright. And that's going to just peek out over there. And then we've got our little reindeer that's going to go over there. All right, to give it some festive cheer. So I'll take this reindeer and just move him out the way. Yeah, so it was, had a lovely time with my mum, as I have told you guys already. And we did lots and lots, but it was very sad to leave her yesterday. Yeah, I had to be brave. Yeah, you just never know when it's the last time when you see your parents or family, especially your mum. So, yeah, heavy heart when I left on the train yesterday. At least I was able to navigate my way through those trains to get onto the right train home, which was a very long journey too, and delays and all sorts. But I got here, and here I am. So I'm happy to be back here doing these videos again. Right. And if you haven't heard, Rach is having her Christmas collaboration again this year, which is, I think, number 4, if I'm correct? And that's amazing because lots of wonderful ideas for Christmas journals. So, and I will be taking part in that as well. And that starts on the 1st of November. So look out for that. Right, I'm sure we will have a lot more closer to the time, but it's not far away now at all. I think today's the 24th. So yeah, just a week. Right, so let's get the lace on here. I love this lace. Okay, so we've got it all there. I'll trim that little bit off. Where's my other scissors? If I do that a bit skew, that looks better. Okay, and then I'll just trim that off there. Right, so it's easy now. We're going to stick on these little bits. It's such an easy project, but a great one. I think this would make a good gift for somebody as well. I have a little idea for a little gift which I'll share with you in the coming weeks, probably next week if I've got time to sort it out. Let's hope so. I'm sure I will. Right, and this little reindeer, love these reindeers. I love the way they're prancing. This is Prancer. I'll have to name the reindeers. So we've got Prancer and Blitzen on the projects today. Let's hope I remember those. Let's hope I remember the rest of them. I might need to Google that. I don't think I'd get through all of them. Right, so come on, Prancer. You go in there. We want you to look like you're going up, you know. Right, there we go. Let's put these out the way. Right, so in this first signature of ours, we're going to go to the middle and then head on over to the next cream page, which is here, and we are going to put our little pocket on this page here. So what I did was I did make some adjustments to this, and I'm going to do some more. So this is what remains after I trimmed it. So we are looking at about, let's see, just short of 5 inches that way. Okay. And what I realized is I wanted to have more space down at the bottom. So I am going to just move that up a little bit, and I'm going to take my ruler and cut it off. Let's see. I'm going to, sorry. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a score line, which I have done. It is 4 centimeters from the top of this, so 1 3/4 inches. I've scored it there, and we're just going to fold that over, and I'm not going to cut it off because I like to reinforce those edges. So I'm just going to put some glue stick on there and fold that down. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's turn that over like that, and then we can quickly, very quickly, just distress edge. Now I'll have to just check the length because I'm going to probably trim off a bit. I wanted to be able to put on the little bit here that didn't cover the flower. All right, so the way I measured this was take your notebook, yeah, open the back like that and allow that to go over the top, and then put it onto your page so that you can see that's the top. Now I can see here that this bottom just above the number, I'm going to cut that off. All right, so that is the plan. So we can take that off, and we will cut that bit off. So ruler, scalpel, be like a doctor. Right, just take that bit off there. So the finished bit after it's been folded, I think it's 15 centimeters, yes, just short of 15 centimeters, so 5 3/4 inches, there or thereabouts. Okay, there we go. So that's the last bit. I need to just put some ink on, and then I'm going to stick that over there. Right, that's what I'm going to do. So as long as I've got some Happy Christmas, let's go for it in the middle. All right, so I'm going to just chop off this bit right here. Right, so I think it'll be easier for me just to put this on to the paper. Right, so that's good. Now I'm going to use the other glue because it's got a finer nib, and I want to just make a 3-sided okay, and then again I want to just gauge where it needs to be. I'm going to move it over to the edge a little bit. Okay, so it needs to be about here. Okay, that's good. Let's just make sure it's straight. So just run your finger over where the glue needs to go. Be pressed down, I should say, like that. All right. Now I did have a little bit that I wanted to put on here, which is now eluding me. What have I done? It's not in there. Oh, here it is. I knew I had it somewhere. Right, I've got this little coffee one, and I wanted to just stick that. Maybe we do it this side. I think that's better. I don't want to cover up that Happy Christmas. So we'll just put this one on as well. Just there. Right. All right, guys. Now, what you want to do is you want to put this into your notebook. So we are going to use our bone folder, and I tend to like to just loosen it up a little bit, especially on the glue side, and then that can slide in there, and that's going to give your notebook some rigidity. So let's just get that in there. Right, the tab is really just so that you can pull it out again if for your secret notes. All right, okay, there we go. So that's nice and rigid now. And then you've got this, I tend to leave this for a while, but because I'm videoing it, I'm going to hopefully not loosen the sides. So again, I do like to just run my bone folder in here, and hopefully I don't loosen anything. It's usually this side that I end up loosening. All right, and then hopefully this is now going to fit in here, and it should do, yes. All right, so there we go. There's our other one, and how lovely is that? So, oh, that's it. I thought, what's that page doing there? But it's the other side of, it's the front of the signature. Right, so there we go. We've got that beautiful one there, and we've got that gorgeous one that I made earlier, and we've got our lovely notebook. So loads of space to either add notes, make your lists, big on lists I am, and have those secret spots that nobody's any the wiser to what you want to write, who's getting what perhaps for Christmas, those special gifts, or whatever you want to write, any sort of feelings about the day. You got to love a secret spot, definitely do. All right, everyone, go and have a wonderful weekend ahead. I am going to go and relax with a cup of tea now. I look forward to seeing you soon. I'm working on the mini journal for Christmas, you'll be glad to know. So that will be arriving very soon too. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.